Hello, hello. Well, I'm living on the edge. I didn't do the sound check because my hands are full. They are full. And, oh dear, things are falling. And the desk is not as clear as it should be. It is not shocking as that might be. And now it's on an angle, and that's not going to help. Oh, but the reason it's on an angle is all quite fascinating. It is. So, let me readjust things here. And then we'll come back. Oh. All right, confirmation. Confirmation that, in fact, on the front of the TPUG magazine that my brother and I were on, I am indeed holding the magazine I thought I was holding. It would be in November 1984 with Santa and other such things. It is. Anyway, but before I get there, I did find in a box 2 of these. And what are these? They say Commodore, the one to grow on. I know they're hard to see. They're binders. They came with the SX-64. They did. And inside, well, on the one edge, there's a couple of things there. What's it say? Oh, you can write your name and whatever on there. Also has calendars. I'm sure it doesn't cover 1983, 1984 Commodore computers. And then inside, there's a bag. And it has stuff in it. These have never been opened. This says Ordinaire's Commodore computer, dates and notes, 1983, 1984, good. And then inside, Daily Planner. Oh, did I close that? No, and then there's this pad, Commodore computer, the one to grow on, and there's a 32-page thing. Oh, maybe there's more than one of them. Maybe there's a bunch of them. Anyway, inside of this thing, that has never been opened, never touched. Oh my, there's a zipper thing. It's a plastic. Oh man, I'm not sure I can do this without hurting it. Okay, no, it's sliding. It's sliding. What is inside of here? Huh. Well, an interesting assortment of things. I'm sure I didn't put them in here. Let's see. A glue stick. At least I don't think I put these inside. Oh yeah, no, a bunch of matching markers. A Bic pen. A highlighter. So yeah, like school supplies. Get your SX-64 and life is good. Now, as I'm here, and I can, and I'm going to try not to drop into these things still work. Well, a little bit. I wouldn't say, I'm not going to do it on the thing there. Yeah, not terribly. But these are the original. Look, they're like rainbow markers. Green's not bad. Yeah, not really. I'm doing it on a box here. But anyway, for this to be original, this collection of rainbow markers must stay. Now I wish they all said Commodore, the one to grow on, but they don't. Alright, I'm going to shoot them back in there. There is a Bic pen. And it is a blue point. And it is medium. Check it out, check it out. It's never been used. I'm trying to heat it up. Well, doesn't seem to be very active. The highlighter, how's that? Yeah, not great. Unfortunately, again, none of these say Commodore. Now here's a pen, like a more of a serious looking pen here. No, it doesn't work either, really. And I would bet that after some incredible amount of years, that the glue stick is pretty dried out, and in fact it is. But it's all part of the original equipment. So I will put it back in there, shake it down, and try and slide this across. Haha! So this is the binder. There we are. Commodore, the one to grow on, that came with the Commodore SX-64. It did. And here is another one. And I suspect if I open it, I'll find it to be exactly the same. There it is, Commodore, the one to grow on. Lovely. Now here is something else. This is the manual for power. Now it's worn off, but it was. Oh, it's worn off here too. Professional software. And what it was is you could get it, and it was for your CBM, programmed by Brad Templeton, manual by Jim Butterfield. Anyway, it did lots of incredible things, and what you would do is, it was one of those programs that came on an EEPROM. So it's probably out there in somewhere, and you would put it into one of the empty sockets, and it was great. The power system comes alive as soon as you type in the line SYS36864, followed by the return key. Indeed. It says it's now enabled by printing the copyright message, then the word ready. And you know what I really found that was the most helpful, but not every, there was all kinds of stuff. There was all kinds of things. Oh. Oh, okay. Load any basic program for disk or tape. Type in a brief program when the keyword doesn't need to be working program, since we plan only to list it at this time, but it would be nice to have a program 30 or more lines. Anyway, you list the program in the usual way. With list command, the first lines of the program will disappear at the top of the screen, end up with the last 20 or so. It is one of Murphy's axioms of programming that the particular line you happen to want to look at will have vanished. Anyway, after you've done the list, the cursor will be blinking at the bottom of the screen. Move it up to the top and cursor up, and the power's automatic repeat. You're moving toward the earlier lines of the program. Now keep going. When the cursor reaches the top of the screen, the cursor up key will cause earlier lines of your program to appear with magic. My favorite thing of this, and it was great, was the renumbering thing. Because, you write a program and you think, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm spacing things out, everything's dandy. And then, of course, things happen. And then you're like running out of line numbers or, whatever. And you could renumber by whatever you wanted. Usually people would do it by tens, and anything that pointed to anything else would also be taken care of. Like go subs and go tos and anything at all. Everything would be renumbered. It would be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now here, as you have seen, I'm sure before, if you've been watching me, there's a magazine. And that's December 1984, the TPUG magazine. And my brother and I are there, frozen in time, on the front. We are in the back room at my grandmother's house where we ran the Bradley Brothers bulletin board from. Had a couple of big fans, a Harley Davidson flag. I think I still have that. Posters from CFTR, posters from the world of Commodore. I am indeed holding the November issue of the magazine in my hand. It may be a mock-up of it, but it still is one. In front, it's funny how this all worked out. To fill up the space, look at that. We had, remember, TVs used to be, big things, medium-sized, not like they are now, not like big like now. But this is a TV stand that we had there. It was my grandmother's, and we just put it in front of us to fill the space in the bottom of the frame. And we put on it, well, let's see, an open box of discs, a Commodore 64 box, which is very nicely at the bottom, a Commodore 64, and a thing from Proline, like one of those little binder things for PAL 64. Lovely, 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 lovely. And I'm wearing a cowboy hat with an I Love My Commodore 64 hat, a TPUG thing, a French version of I Adore My 64. And I'm holding a phone, holding the magazine. Richard's holding a joystick and looking like he is gaming on something, but of course he really wasn't. And here we have. Wow, this is from a long time ago. This is when I still lived, where I should still be living now. Anyway, here is TPUG something. Why does it not say? It is October 85. Oh, the publisher. Louise Richards. There is this old thing. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Anyway, here on the front, there is, of course, a cartoon version of Jim Butterfield, as well as other things. And, of course, on the back, the world of Commodore. And here we have another TPUG. Butterfield Explains 64 and 128 video. Punter imagines the ultimate word processor. Plus Amiga reference pullout for our first Amiga program, expanding the B128. Indeedy. And what's on the back? Oh, it's the Mimic Spartan. Oh, I wish I'd gone down to Active Service and bought them all. And there's the front of the TPUG magazine. Indeedy. Oh yes, I remember the fights. Are we a club or are we a magazine? What's going on here? Ooh, now this is timely, but way back when. This is January, February 1986. And what are they talking about? But artificial intelligence, which it's taken a long time, but it sure has taken over now. And what's on the back? The Mimic Spartan. By the way, for those that don't know what the Mimic Spartan was, it was an Apple II. And you would plug it on the back of your 64, and then you'd have two machines in one. Quite remarkable. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Here are four more of these. What's on the back? Advantage Computer Accessories. Indeed. I did not know I had. Anyway, when you have boxes that are stored forever, you know. Here, Transactor, special reference issue. Everything for plugging into your Commodore equipment. And there it is. Beautiful. As I say, the Transactor had the best covers there were. What is this? Compatible color. MDEC, the popular choice for popular computers at a popular price. MDEC, indeed. I do remember at the TPUG office, for a while, we actually did, maybe it was before the Commodore 1701 and the 1702 even came out, we had an MDEC monitor, and we did things with the 64 connected to the MDEC monitor. What do we have? Oh yes, another SX-64 edition of the TPUG magazine. Aha! Here we have Chess. It's another edition of the TPUG magazine. It also says on the front, Butterfield Computer Comfort. Probing the Mind Prober. Trouble for Telefreaks. This would be March of 1985. Indeed. Electronics 2001. King Microverse Fully Integrated Rhapsody 64 Database Word Processor Spell Checking Spreadsheet Graphics. Copyright Brian Morrow. Oh, yes. Let's see here. Oh, I wrote something in here. CBM printers and the C64 by David Bradley. Imagine. The Answer Desk by David Bradley. Cool. Yeah. Lots of names I recognize. Malcolm O'Brien. What is a database? Excellent question. 128 PC looks like a winner by Chris Bennett. CES Software and Peripherals by Louise Redgers. Is that a suitable silence? Oh, here we have another TPUG magazine. So this one feels bigger. I bet you it's a 2-month one. Oh, no, it's because I've got 2 of them in my hand. The World of TPUG. Coming out of a printer. Oh, who's on the back? Batteries included. And there is Herbie. Their mascots. I wonder whatever became of Herbie. May 1985. Fake flight sims grounded by... Oh, this is serious. This is when I think that House of Computers may have technically, possibly been caught making fake editions of Flight Simulator 2. Butterfield in praise of the VIC-20. And there's Herbie. I should read through some of these at some point. Here we have another January 1985. Exploring the C-128 and Commodore's best ever basic. Woohoo, there it is. Another joyful. These covers were pretty okay too. They were. There is an ad for another magazine. Ahoy! TPUG magazine. New Amiga drives. Competitors ape. Aha. There. It is. The Amiga 1000. Lovely. And on the back, batteries included with lots of little Herbies. Lots of little Herbies. Isn't it magical? And finally, oh yes, TPUG magazine featuring things about music. And what's on the back? Oh, the Amiga 1000. You've always had a lot of competition. Now you can have an unfair advantage. It's funny when I hear that. When I first handed, I've told this story, when I first handed something in at high school done on a printer, the teacher thought I was somehow had an unfair advantage. And here's an issue of the Torpet. This picture was never supposed to be on the front of the Torpet. I don't know how it did. Something happened. It did. It caused kerfuffle. May have even led to the split between the Torpet and the TPUG magazine. And on there are Bruce Beach, Chris Bennett, Tracy Bennett. Oh, my mother is hidden away in there. And then, I can't remember the name of Chris Bennett's mother at this moment. Anyway, and finally, I did get one of these long ago. I still have it. I think it still works. It's a little TRS-80 calculator thing stuff, but it's not. You can program it in BASIC, and here is the manual, which is good because I have forgotten some of the things. And here, last thing is that is what they would send out as the TPUG library and listings and things and stuff, kind of like a little newsletter. Oh yeah, B128 utilities. Imagine. All right, that's it. That's all. Microphone still working? Yep. All right. I need to copy things. And I said earlier, I'm getting hungry. And I'm still hungry. So thanks for coming to the basement. Have a lovely, lovely day. We'll carry on. We'll do more. And we'll actually make progress down here. Which I have been doing. It's just painfully slow. But I got to keep going. So, bye for now. Oh!